What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week what I'm going to do is do my best to answer as many questions as I can. A lot of you have been asking me, what headset am I using? Can I do a tip review? What pressure do I have the can set at? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on the game, I'm not going online, and this is going to be purely a tutorial. I'm going to show you guys exactly what each tip does, what pressure I have the cans at, and to answer the question right now, the system I use is the Oculus Quest 1. We are currently trying to get our hands on a Quest 2, but that's another story for another time. Right now, let's jump into it. All right, so now we're here at Top Dog Garage. A lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions about what the tips do. So as you guys see right here, and if you guys don't know, if you hold down this trigger and then you flick around with your thumb, this will give you a sort of like fast way to shuffle through the tips. So we have a New York Fat, we have a pink dot, a thin cap, feather duster, 100% beef, cyclops, chisel tip, standard, and that's it. Some of these tips are real, like these are real life tips, and some of these tips I've never heard of. My favorite overall in real life is probably the New York Fat and the Universal Thin. I love Astro caps. I'm kind of actually sad that they don't have an Astro cap in here. So I'm going to go through each tip. I'm going to show you guys exactly what they do and what you could use it for, whether it's filling in, outlining, shading, blending. And then I'm gonna do a pressure review. So there's two ways to adjust the pressure. One way is you can hold this part again down and move the control up and down, and as you'll see, there's this level bar on the can going up and down, indicating the level of the pressure. Or you could go on your handset and holding down the main trigger with your index finger, you could adjust the pressure up and down right here. Mainly when I play, I honestly play at full pressure, but I have noticed, and this is a big question again that a lot of people ask me, is how do you blend in the game? How do you do shading? Is there a way to do like a gradient? Because this is a video game, it doesn't do that well of a job at simulating real graffiti in the sense of where you could blend. It makes everything very opaque, very full in opacity, just very solid colors. So what I have to do in order to blend is I'll bring down the pressure, I'll bring it down, and that'll give me a softer spray, which allows me to blend. And I'll show you guys how to do a soft blend. Immediately what comes to my mind is doing a dope retro sunset, blending and shading from orange, pink, and yellow to get that nice retro feel. Using the New York Fat, let me make sure my pressure's up. Let's do a nice circle for our sun. So I'm gonna show you guys, this is at full opacity with the New York Fat. This is how it would be if we try to do a retro sun like this. So we're gonna go from yellow, and right about there, we're gonna switch to an orange color. And as you can see, not getting a blend, not getting a gradient at all, which is the point. I want to show you guys the difference, and I want to show you how I get soft blends and soft gradients. So right about there, I like to divide the sun in threes because I'm using 3 colors. And right around here, we'll go to a nice pink color, like a nice magenta. Right there, looks pretty good. And now we're gonna do our third color of our retro sun. All right, boom, there you have it. As you can see right now, as it stands, it's a very hard line retro sun, but if you wanna get that nice blend, that nice soft gradient, what I'll do, using the same caps and everything, I'm gonna bring down the pressure right to about right there. Now what I'm gonna do is when I spray, I'm gonna get a nice soft blend right there. So now is where I would switch the tips. In real life, actually, the New York Fat would be great for this, but in this game, I've noticed they have either the feather duster, this will work great, or the standard tip. The standard tip actually works pretty well for a lot of things. I think that's why the game calls it the standard, being that we're gonna work on blends, and this is the feather duster cap. I'm gonna try to do it with this. So with the pressure down, if we go and do a nice, oh, look at that. That's way better. Now we're getting a nice soft gradient. So now let me grab this orange. Let me get rid of this top line right here and just really get a nice soft blend. All right. You have to play with it a bit. So sometimes, as you saw, I went from pink onto the orange. If you're getting the blend you want, perfect, that's great. You know, you can work with that. If you want to adjust even more, you could go back with the orange and go over the pink like how I'm doing now, and just to help get more of that blended look. And I'm noticing the paint's not coming out too much, so I'm gonna adjust the pressure, move it up a bit. And now let's see how this is going to look. All right. So yeah, something like that. This is looking pretty good. All right, now that's looking pretty solid. So remember that this is a game. This is meant to be for good practice and just good fun. So don't get too frustrated or too overwhelmed. Now that we got this looking good, what I'm gonna do now is blend this top half. Using the feather duster cap and having my pressure pretty low, like on the lower end, what I'm gonna do is take this orange color and just now start blending it to the top into this yellow. If I still need some adjusting, I'll take the yellow and go over the orange. So see how this looks. Some time. So as you can see here, the orange is taking some time to show up on the yellow. So what I'm going to do now is adjust the pressure even a little bit higher, giving us more of a stronger spray. And just nice and evenly spread this orange fade over the yellow. So we're going to fade this up. And I kind of feel like I went a little too overboard with it. So now what I'm gonna do is grab the yellow and sort of balance out that orange gradient. Whichever hand you're painting with, you just aim the can at what you want, which color you want. And for instance, for left-handed, I'm pressing Y, and that'll give me the color that I want. If you're right-handed, you'll press B, and that'll give you the color selection of the wall onto your can so you can keep painting. And now, I'm gonna blend this yellow over the orange just to help me get that softer blend. The key is to adjust the pressure. Oh, and the game just almost glitched on me. I wanna blend it a little lower, this orange, into the pink a little bit more. Yeah, that's more of what I want. And it just takes some time, guys. So, I mean, even me right now, you just gotta be patient with the game and just keep working at it, keep chipping away at it. I'm gonna bring this orange down just a little bit more, fading it into the pink, and then I'm gonna hardline some black lines over it, giving us that real retro look. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some black bars going through the sun, giving us that really retro look. So if I wanna do that, now let's hop over to, so we got the thin cap, we got the pink dot. Pink dots are gonna be for fat sprays. For this like hard line effect, you can either use the New York fat or the thin cap. For this example, I'm gonna use the thin cap. Let's grab our black, and then now let's move our pressure all the way up. Each of these are gonna get thinner as they go. So, oh yeah, I like that already. So go from here to there. Nice hard line right there. Dang, that is really thin. I'm using the background of the bricks to help me draw straight lines. Now let's fill this in black. That looks pretty good right there. Now let's do another one. About here. In my head, as I was drawing this line, I had it end on a solid orange area. In case I want to make it thinner, I could just go back with the solid orange and make it thinner. If you end your bars on a gradient, on a blend, it's going to be extremely hard. I mean, you're going to have to redo your bar if you want to fix it up. For example, like right here, I do want it a little bit more thinner, so I'm going to grab this orange and I'm going to thin it out just a bit. See, if I was trying to fix that up in a blended spot like right around here, it would be nearly impossible because this blend is a combination of pink and orange, and it would just be really difficult to draw to fix that up. But for now, let's keep moving. So this is coming together. Now I'm just gonna do maybe about 2 more, each time getting a little bit thinner and thinner. This is gonna be the thinnest line, and I'm pretty much just gonna do 1 spray, just 1 line, maybe 2. We'll see how it looks, but I'm gonna try to do this in 1 spray. I wanna see how thin we can get with this cap. So I'm gonna do just 1 more very thin line right here at the top. Oh wow, that is super thin. Ooh, it's a little crooked. Dang it, it's right there along the blend of the orange and the yellow. Now, if I'm trying to fix this up, it's gonna take a lot of work to do that. Go to my feather duster, let's bring down the opacity. No, it's exactly what I said it'd be. All right, so we pretty much gotta redo this part. I really just want to fix that part. So I'm gonna grab the yellow now. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad actually. All right, so there you have it. That was just like a brief tutorial about how to blend, how to shade. Again, just to recap, what I normally do, what I always do, no matter what cap I'm using, in the game it's pretty fairly easy for me to blend with any cap as long as I have the pressure down. That's really the key to blending, shading, doing gradients in this game, is bring down that pressure, and if it helps, use that feather duster cap. I normally don't have a problem using the New York Fat cap to blend either. The main key is to bring down the pressure. All right, let's start off with the standard. Do some fresh tags, let's see how this comes out. Oh, I like that a lot.